will be so soft, you know. He will be
Okay,
And
so I
that's
have a
why
woman.
I
question.
married him, Ahmed. Not because he was a strong masculine man. I married him because he was a soft, sweet human being. And I could also be like that with him.
Okay, this
That's
kind
why
of
I
person,
didn't
you
want
know.
a masculine, muscular man. I didn't want that. I wanted that human being, that sweet,
If
wonderful person who spoke with beautiful words. And I could speak with beautiful words with him.
yeah, I can speak with beautiful word
So why
also.
did you? So when you
Yeah,
know
you came
nothing,
out
and
with
then
that
you walk
stuff
straight
then.
into the conversation, and say that, why?
This is my opinion, guys.
Well,
It's
clarify
okay,
yourself.
Ahmed,
I
but
guess just
I have a
give him a chance
question.
to clarify himself, maybe, because sometimes English isn't your first language. So give him a chance to clarify
Yeah,
himself.
yeah, it's not my, yeah, yeah, Charles, yeah, yeah.
And
I'm saying
kill
don't
him. It's
do
fine.
too much. When you do too much, your man will be like he will always wait for you to do everything for him.
Now,
So this
sweetheart,
is
I
the
didn't
problem.
do everything for my ex-husband. We worked 50-50 on everything. That man changed babies' nappies. He walked around, burped the children. He took them for walks. He was 100% perfect.
And I think this is part of the problem. Maybe,
Why is that?
maybe,
Why is
maybe.
that a
Why is
problem?
that? Okay, why is that a problem?
You know, he will not feel he's a man. You know,
Right,
after
Just
I'm
saying
gonna.
that people still have
Wow.
time.
roles.
Now, Ahmed, I'm going to give you an instance where we went to South Africa with our firstborn, and my husband was changing our daughter's nappy, and my nephew said to him, "Wow, you whipped," which means that the woman tells you what to do. To which my husband answered, "This is also my daughter. Do you think it's only my wife's responsibility to take care of her?"
No, 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 not. There is no problem with that. I can change my if I have a daughter one day, I will
Yeah,
change
exactly. Now,
his
your
diaper.
comment
There's no
was
problem
he felt less of a man. He
because
wanted to do these things.
if
I
you
never
be
asked him I didn't expect it, to tell the truth. I did not expect my husband to be that type of father at all. To stay up at night and burp the babies, to get up and change their nappies, to be the one carrying, because I was scared of them when they were little. I was scared I was going to drop them. He would always pick them up. He'd always move them. He'd always do those things for me because I was a very fearful woman. I was scared I was going to hurt them. I
yeah.
didn't expect that when I married
You
this
know
human being.
what's
Okay,
my
Ahmed,
my
I have a
mindset
question.
is the man should do more than the woman should do 70 80
No,
percent
you do
Oh,
share, Ahmed.
I think he's talking
no.
about
He should.
roles. I think he's saying that we should
Yeah,
stick to
there's no
certain
roles. I'm
roles.
sorry, that's bullshit. There's
I think that's
no
what he's
male
trying
and
to say,
female
though.
roles.
No, no.
Not because
Ahmed,
you
sometimes,
are not
That's what he's saying.
strong. No,
sometimes,
it's not
Ahmed,
about you
sometimes,
are not a strong woman. No, you are strong,
okay,
and all, but men should be do everything. You know,
Ahmed,
helping in the house,
No, that's too much for
Ahmed,
a
providing
human being to carry.
everything.
I'm sorry.
Ah,
Why must
We
one
can do
human
it.
being do everything?
We
That is
can.
exhausting.
We still can do it. You know.
Ahmed, I
No,
have to tell you
that's a
something.
human being. Whether it's a male or a female doesn't
Ahmed,
matter. They should not be have that much pressure on them. No.
I think men have the patience. You know, have the
Hello,
patience.
guys.
They are more
hi.
strong.
Ahmed, you say that, but I tell you a story. When I turned 18, I get my license like maybe a week. So my dad told me like, hey, let's take the car and drive to Turkey. That means from Germany to Turkey, it takes 3,000 kilometers. And my license was just 1 week old. And my dad was like, okay, let's drive. And we was driving. He said, don't worry about no scratches, this and that. It's just take care of it that we are not dying on the way. And I trust you. Go ahead. And we drove all this way. I prepared everything. I checked the car. I let it check. And we drove to Turkey. At the border, I was standing with all the men who was driving. Every man was driving. There was no woman. I was the only woman drove to Turkey. And the guy over there, all these guys was looking at me. And they're like, but your father or your brother have to be here because the driver have to be here. And I said, I'm the driver. They said, you made 3,000 kilometers up here? I said, yes. They were shocked about it because they thought like a woman can't do that. And on the
It's not
way when
about
we were
can.
driving,
It's not about
I'm
can.
just saying, on the way when we was driving, we had a flat wheel. My dad showed me, he is old. That time he was like already sick, so he couldn't do a lot of things. So he showed me how to have to change the wheel, and I changed the wheel. And there was no man around who was like, oh, I'm the man, come on, I do it. But my dad told me one thing, what makes really come the tears out of my eyes, because he said, if I die and you're alone, I want you to be strong enough to do everything by yourself.
Mm.
Yeah, she does have a point.
But you know, when the men saw you on the street, you are driving, they just say they don't want you to be tired. This is the point. It's not about you are not strong enough.
Ahmed, let's be real. Right now, 2025, no real man. 50-50.
Yeah, this is a problem. This is a problem
Why is
in
that a
the
If
problem?
the
society.
man he want to help the woman, he needs something. He need a benefit.
Yeah,
Not like
they are not.
the man in the past. The man in the
Yeah,
past, he is a
I
real man.
I
He
agree.
helped
I
the
agree.
woman without any benefit.
I agree with that.
Like now.
100%. I totally agree with that.
But the point what I
And in
try to
the
tell you
British
is,
culture, or in Europe, they see the women and the men that are the same. But we are Arab. We see the man, he's more strong than the woman, and he do a lot of things much than the woman.
Yeah, this
So
is fact.
yeah,
You know, physically and mentally, we are stronger than women.
right now, no stronger, really. The men look like a woman.
no, but Ahmed, I would like to say something. It is physically, men is stronger. And I don't want to come to this equal thing. No, I think physically, yes. If I would have my brother next to me, he would change the wheel. But I didn't have it. That doesn't mean that I'm not woman enough, or
Incapable.
that doesn't
Oh,
mean I'm
incapable.
masculine. It means like that women are mentally seriously stronger. You guys would not even born a baby one time. You can't
Okay.
make it, because we can take more pain than men. But the point is, yes, if I would have a man who take cares of this kind of stuff, I would say, yeah, go ahead and do it. Why do you think women are dumb to say, yeah, I carry this 10-liter water up the stairs? No, we would like to have a man who carry this water.
Wow, you're
But
very
if
honest.
we don't have it, we can make it by ourselves. That's what you have
If we
to
don't
understand.
have them, we will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's
You're
right.
very honest.
So because you were
And
disagreeing.
during the First and Second World War, we'll just talk about England. All the men went to war. You know who built the aeroplanes? Women.
The women.
Women were here in this country building aeroplanes while the men were out fighting.
Yeah, even machines, computers,
true.
they were
They
built
built
by
machines.
females.
They did everything. They took
Yeah.
over all the
Yeah,
men's
yeah.
jobs. None of
Until
the
the
men were here in
government,
the UK.
They follow.
until the
They follow
government
the
said
leaders.
no. The government
follow
said no later.
Yeah, that's normal. They follow the leaders.
So if you ever have a strong woman, don't call her masculine. Call her a real woman. A real woman can handle everything without you.
Help.
But she love it when you handle it for her. You understand?
Yeah, I get your point.
See, that's all we need, guys. A little bit of perspective and education. That's it.
Yeah, it's just like very similar to education, universities. Because I actually know someone who's recently just graduated from university with their first honors degree, and she wants to go further. She really does, because I could see the tears in her eyes when I was talking to her. Because her parents won't allow her, but she still applied for a master's degree to go to the next level, and she's still waiting for that approval or the confirmation. She went for a fast track
Yeah.
for a master's degree, so now she's waiting for the
Good for her.
confirmation and then she will negotiate with her parents again, because they are in a Muslim background. She is.
So because you know, some parents believe that their children, and this is cultural, this is not Islamic at all, this is cultural thing. In a lot of examples, Saudi Arabia, for a couple years ago, women couldn't drive a car. It was not allowed to make a license. But this is not Islam. This is the culture where man rules over women. They want them not to drive, not to be, how can I say,
They want to have power
self-confident.
over them.
Yeah, but this is
Independent.
not the religion. This is what I have to clear up here. Because my dad is a very religious person. And what he said to me, if education is in China, just go there. He was always open-minded to
Makes sense.
everything what has to do with education. He teach me everything what I learned in my life. So my dad is a very religious person. And he said, yes, you should do it. Yes, you should learn. And I was always open for learning because of my dad. And people was even in my culture was people even telling my dad, how can a girl make a truck license? I can drive 14 tonners. I can drive a motorcycle. I can drive almost everything.
I
And
see that
everybody
every
was
day.
like, a woman don't have to do it. Why
Do
a
you have
woman should
brothers?
learn this?
Do you have brothers?
Of course I do have brother. But my brother was not into education. He don't want to learn so much. For my father, he was like, to his daughters, he said, go, learn, get better. You should learn how to survive alone.
Your dad is rare. He's
Okay.
human and he's supportive. He
Totally.
doesn't want you to just
He
fall.
never
You're lucky.
said something, even when I learned driving, he was like, oh, come on, relax. And you can't do it like that. He never screamed at me. I know I'm a driving instructor. I had husbands come and screaming to their wives because they take too long to learn how to drive. They were screaming at her. My dad never, ever
Yeah.
screamed at me because of
I had a
something like
lot of
that.
practice as well. I had a lot of practice because my dad, he technically he didn't force me, but he was for my benefit. He did it for my benefit to take me out for a ride, and then he said, "Right, you jump into the driver's seat now, and I'll show you how to do the clutch properly." So
Yeah.
so we both spent a long time just driving, just adjusting what I needed to do in order to pass the exam. It was a lot of work, but we got there in
Yeah.
the end. So
Yeah,
Nicole,
because he wants
that's
to be safe.
why accidents are always caused by women.
why is it? What,
Accident. This is
what accidents? What what are you
Ahmed,
talking about?
Ahmed, this is what, look,
statistically.
What
look,
accidents?
when I was a teacher, when I go to the school learning to be a teacher, that was what men said in my classroom. It was like the most of the people, 90% was men and the rest was women. And they said the same like you. They said women make more accidents because women can't, they don't know how to drive. No, it's
They
because the
know.
teachers was men.
They know.
The teachers was men and they didn't teach. They was flirting with this women next to them. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, a
Okay,
lot of them
there
do.
was not the
Okay.
problem that women can't
So-
drive. In my
so-
family, every woman can drive perfectly.
Mhm.
So we found
So-
the problem now. We can solve it now. No more
What
accidents.
problem?
Just change
What accidents?
the
Okay,
teacher.
I'm very confused as
No,
to
it's not
what
that.
accidents you're
Cha-
talking about.
Cars.
We're talking about teaching them how to drive, not accidents. I don't know how this correlates.
I asked
We
her the
believe
cause.
women
She
can't
said that
know how to
this is
drive.
because of the teacher. All the teacher are men. That's why the women cannot drive well.
Right, I missed that conversation then in that case because I was doing something.
Now, he said women are making more accidents. That's the reason why women are out there making more accidents. And I said, because the teachers was men before. That's the reason why they make more accidents. Nowadays, there are
Got no
way more
patience.
women teaching.
Oh yeah.
They got no patience. My cousin is a truck driver, and what she does for a living is she tests those 10,000-ton trucks. And when they see her coming, they assume that the guy with her is going to be doing the testing.
That's the same
And
with me, Bryn.
when she jumps behind the wheel and takes these trucks and top speed to check absolutely everything, the guys in the back who are the drivers cry. They cry because she can flip those things like crazy. I don't get in a car with her because she will have a conversation, have a knee on the wheel, changing with one hand, screaming at her daughter in the back, and doing handbrake turns. And she's in full control. Her father taught her to drive. Her father's a driving instruction school, and he taught me to drive. I didn't do the whole thing,
That-
but yeah.
That's cool. Did you
How,
ever?
how,
Did you
how
ever?
long it takes you? How long it takes you to learn to drive?
I didn't learn to
So-
drive. I decided when I
I can tell you
when
how
I
long
looked
it
at
took
it.
me.
How long did it take you, Isma?
It took me 1 month, Ahmed. 1 month, and I learned how to drive a truck with 14 tons,
very-
more than 40
very-
tons.
Wow.
Yeah, very fast for very fast. It's very fast to learn.
Good.
Because
And you know
if you're ready
how
to
many
learn,
women are captains of cargo ships? And another woman is the first woman to be the captain of the tugboats in Durban. She's done better work than the men that were in charge. She is in charge of bringing all the big ships into Durban Harbour, a woman. Our train drivers here in the UK, a lot of them are women.
I believe
So
Yeah, I think this is a minority.
sometimes you
Ahmed,
just
the
don't
point
know.
is,
Like you
you
know
have
only
to
what you
give
see
them a
on
chance.
TV or the news. Like me, I'm in the military, so I know women that can drive Humvees, they can drive vans, boats, ships. They're pilots. Like I see all of that, like literally every day. So at the end of the day, we're just humans. We can do the same task. We just need
Charles,
do the
training.
exact same thing.
Charles,
Ahmed, for your information,
I
my
see it all
father
the
was a
time. I see it.
contractor, and
Okay.
I can build. I can build
Cha-
because when I finished school, I couldn't
Charles.
find a job, and my father was like, "You're not sitting at home. You're coming onto a building site." I've been on a building site since I was 14 years old. I can read anything to do with building, and I can build an entire fucking house.
Great.
So
Really?
yeah,
That's
yes.
very impressive, wallahi.
Yeah,
Charles-
because I was told you're not going to sit at home on your school holidays. Either you go with your mother and do charity work, or you come with me to a building site. And I chose the building site sometimes because
more
I
fun.
like being
Charity-
outside.
Charity is
My
much
mother-
easier.
No, my mother was. It wasn't the charity. There were times that were easy, but there were times where my mother would be like, "Okay, we need to go and clean somebody's house. An elderly person who's really had a bad time. We're going to go there." That's the type of charity my mother did. It wasn't
No,
standing
thank
around
you.
having conversations.
No, thank you. I prefer
Charles,
build.
Charles, are you
There you go.
driving
See,
Humvees?
see, no, thank you. Listen to that. There's an elderly person who's having a really hard time. Her house is dirty. She needs feeding, all of those things. And you just said no, thank you to helping a human being.
You're going too
Uh,
deep. I'm not saying. Listen. My mom, she's like 70 years old. My grandmother, my ex-wife's, which we're still in communication till today. Her parents are 80 years old, and I take care of them every single weekend. So it's not. I'm not saying I don't want to do it, but if I had a choice not to do it, maybe I wouldn't. Just being honest. Nobody wants to do
Yeah,
something they
but
don't
it's
want
not,
to
it's
do.
not easy work. When you
It's-
walk into an elderly person's house,
It's sad. Like from my
it is
perspective,
very,
it's
very
just
sad.
sad. It makes me want to cry because it's like, wow, this could be me in 10 or 20. Well,
Yeah.
30
It did
years.
give me a wake-up call being on both sides, one on a building site, getting sworn by my father, because, well, you can see how much I swear. I learned it from him. And on the other side, being with my mother, who was this tender, sweet human being that would bend over backwards for anybody.
Yeah.
So I had both worlds. And I
Okay.
didn't think either was hard. It was just
I do
needed
it
to
right
be done.
now. I do it right now for my parents. They're over 83 and they're both sick. So I take care of both of them. And I can tell you one thing, if you do something like this, that costs you, of course, a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And it's emotional. It's not just physically energy, it's emotional energy.
Very
too.
emotional. Yeah, that's
It's
what I was
hurting
talking
you
about.
so
Even
much to
though
see them.
it's hard because even though I'm in the UK, when my dad had Alzheimer's, we only had Skype at the time. We got internet in South Africa. My sister had her laptop, and I'd literally watch my dad and have conversations, be the same conversation over and over again. My sister mentally can't do that. Okay, I can. And she'd say, "How the hell do you sit on Skype with Dad all day?" I would be doing my, I was studying at the time, so I'd be behind my computer. He'd be on screen with me. And I'd be like, and he'd be telling me the same, because he got Alzheimer's. And he'd repeat the same thing. And I go, "Really, Dad?" And she'd go, "You drive me. I have to put earplugs on because all day long he's talking to you about the same shit.
Same thing.
And you're just carrying on like it's nothing new."
Brent,
was
that
exhausting.
shows
You have to,
how
yeah.
soft-hearted you are. And that's the way you have to do it. My mom has Alzheimer's too. And she tells me the old stories. She's going to the back to her childhood. And she tells me
He
these
did it a
sad
lot.
stories all the time. and
Oh
I'm
my
acting
God.
like I
You never
heard it
ever
the
heard
first
it in your
time.
life.
Like it's your
Yeah.
first time
My
hearing it,
s-
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because like
always, always.
sometimes he'd just fall asleep in the chair and my sister would come and go, "Oh, thank God he shut the fuck up." And I'm like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh my God, you pretend like you've never heard these stories. Doesn't
I
it
mean, we're
drive you nuts?"
human.
And I'm like, "No,
We're
Brain,
human. We know
doesn't."
sometimes, but
I'm wondering when I become too old, what I am going to look like.
Why is
mm,
that important?
My hope
Yeah, because
is that I die early enough not to be in that situation.
I will take an overdose because see, when you're that age, they give you lots of pills.
okay.
Okay,
Whoa. Okay, so wait a
No, no,
minute.
hey,
no,
What's
come on, come
no.
on.
what's your limit? What's your
I'll
age
just
limit?
like top myself.
Brain.
And bye bye.
Wait. How old do you want to live to be? Like, what's
I
your
don't want to
limit?
live
Like
long.
80,
Honestly, I don't.
70,
As long as I no.
what,
I don't want to be
69?
anybody's burden. I
As
don't
long
want
as
to
I
be
can
anybody's
take care of
burden. As long
myself.
as I'm fit, I'm okay. My
It's
friend
still
is
your
says, she
life,
said,
though, so don't worry about being
her
a
mother's
burden.
92 and her mother's still physically fit. There's a member of our family called Mrs. Sutherland. She's 96. You'd never say it. If I can have that type of sprite as these ladies, I'll happily live because they are not draining human beings. They are, you'll be amazed at these ladies.
So they can still walk.
Absolutely. But if I'm losing my cognition, my physicality, I'm out. I'm not going to be anybody's burden.
But Bryn, that
Say
doesn't
that
mean
one more
I can
time.
help
You said
myself.
physicality?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said something else. Okay, go ahead.
Nah, I think when I lose all this, like you said, like physically and mentally, I pray to God to take my life. I would never end my life.
I'll do it myself.
No, I would never end my life, but I would
No.
pray to
You know
die
what? You
early.
linger and linger and linger. And if anything, I've worked with elderly people here in the UK. My cousin does the same thing.
This is
And
interesting.
it's watching suffering. When I used to watch my dad go in and out of lucidness, he'd come out and he would be lucid. So he would know what's going on. And you see the tears in his eyes. It is a horrible thing to see and to witness.
It
And
is.
when he's
It
off
is.
his face
It
and
is.
talking about, thinking he's 7 years old again and talking to me like I'm his mother or his brother or something, a completely different person. And then he'd have these lucid moments where he'd go, "Oh, hi, Bryn. How's the baby? This, that's, and the other." And then he'd be quiet. And it's like his brain would go, "There's something wrong."
Okay, Bryn,
But
we shouldn't
guys, to
talk
be
about
honest,
that.
this is a life. This is life. You have to accept it at the end. So
Yeah, but you can still pray to die early enough before you are
Yes.
suffering like that.
no,
But I don't want to be
if
anybody's burden. I really don't want to be a burden on my children. My children
Me
owe me
too.
nothing.
Me
I
They
too.
do.
owe me
even if
nothing.
I
I
do.
owe
even
them
I want to
everything.
punish my kids. I wiped their ass when they were kids. I went to their school when they were bad. Their principal chewed me out. Oh, you're going to wipe my ass when I'm 90 years old. Yes, you're going to push me to
No, my kids have been,
Walgreens.
they've had their
Go
moments,
shopping
but
together.
on the whole, they've been great human beings. We have our
Yeah, but you
moments.
Well,
guys
you're
have
nice.
children. I don't even have no children. What should I do?
I don't, no, you see,
Get a
Esma,
dog.
I was talking to a girl. She's like, "Oh, well, your children are always there for you when you're old." Sweetheart, you see them once a week. They don't live in your house.
That's the reason
True.
why I should get married to
So
a
you
younger
don't
boy.
really have your children when you're older. I worked in old age homes, and those
I-
ladies had lots of money. It was a very
I'm
upgraded,
gonna
You said a
marry a
younger
younger
man?
man. Yeah,
Okay.
because
oh my
then
God.
he
Yeah.
can take care of me when
You
I'm
guys are
older.
so
Yeah.
direct in this
You got
room.
I'm
it
You
going.
down,
women are
Esma.
so
I'm going.
And
direct
we can
in this
pick them
room.
up like
Oh my God.
stones.
I'm going to marry
Esma.
younger girl.
No,
Three
don't do
Marry
wives.
that.
older
You wanna
women.
die
Three
I
early
would
wives.
anyway.
never marry an
What?
older
Look,
guy.
friend,
I'm not a nurse.
friend. Most of the time, men are dying earlier than women, right?
That's true.
Example.
And you know what's the
example,
funny thing, Esma? That
That's
the
not the
ones that
Scientific
do
reality.
fact.
live long are sitting
They're
by
right, Ahmed.
themselves.
It's a
I
scientific
saw
fact,
this
man.
in the
No,
3
no.
years I worked in care. The woman would get visitors in that old age home, and this was an upscale one. So we're talking rich ass people. But the men got no visitors. The woman would get visitors. The children would come visit them a lot.
Brent, my point is,
nothing.
we die together. That's the reason why I want to have a younger man. So we die together, and he can take care of me till the end day.
The fact
He's gonna
is,
die
I like
earlier
your thinking.
anyway.
You're
the
not.
fact
You're
is,
not selfish.
women
I like that.
women get older very fast because they give birth and
We have
know?
surgery, Ahmed. It's not
That's fine. They
1828,
get
okay?
they
We
get
can
old
still
fast.
look like
Ahmed, you're
great.
talking out your flowers because
Talking
women live
about
longer than
surgery.
men,
Oh my
sweetheart.
god.
I mean, look, if I get older and uglier, I can go to a surgery. Next day, I come
Yeah.
back as a 20 years old.
Me too.
What do
Me
you
too.
want?
You're so
Me
lucky.
too.
So what?
Yeah, I
So
mean,
that's the
younger
reason
women
why I want
don't
to have
want
a younger
older
men.
men. And if the woman dropped dead early, those older men are sitting there with their hands in their pockets playing with their wah 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 because
Yeah.
no woman wants them after 55. We
True.
don't want them.
I don't want to
55,
have
you like,
somebody that
Actually,
we
they
know you're
want me.
coming
because
with
of
medical
problems.
They
problems. We're not your nurse.
they will want me, you know, because
Ahmed,
in
Why
that
why
should
time
should
they
I will
want
I?
be
you,
I will be
Ahmed?
Ahmed,
It
rich.
means we got to be
I
your
will be
nurse.
rich.
No.
I will be rich, you know.
So
And
y'all don't want
Ahmed,
to hear this,
and
but
maybe
this goes back to the
55.
conversation 2 hours ago. Money
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
mean anything. At the end of the day,
It
at the
don't
end of your
mean
life
shit.
cycle, at the end of your life cycle, you just want somebody to be with physically.
But
And if you got
That's
money,
what's
Ahmed,
important.
and a woman wants you, she's gonna pay
Charles,
somebody else to wipe your ass. She won't even be in the same room as you. You'll be on
No,
life
Bryn,
support, and she'll be
she's gonna
partying with your
kill
money.
him
okay.
early.
Yeah, she'll
She's
kill
Men
him.
gonna
at
kill
the
him.
age.
Women
Yeah,
are good
she'll
at
kill
that.
you. Yeah, women are conniving.
Men,
Yeah, she'll take
I've
your oxygen.
seen men at the age 55, 60, and they still get, you know, they get
Oh no,
have
sweetheart, in your
kids,
country
new
they're
kids.
given women. Okay, so they
They
didn't
they
get
have
a
new
woman.
kids.
They were given a woman. So there's a big
I,
difference. So we're
I
talking
still
about the
can
West,
marry
not the
and
Middle
have
Ahmed,
East.
kids in the 55,
Ahmed,
60.
But
did you hear about prostata? Did you hear about it? When you can't pee anymore. In a
what's that
certain
called?
age, nothing
Yeah, at a
works
certain
longer.
age they can't pee. It's hilarious.
What's it
Yeah,
called?
you
It's,
just
no,
pee
Isma,
three drops.
it's not a disease. They literally their prostate drops, and then they literally have to stay in the toilet 20 minutes just to pee. It
Yeah,
happens
so
to all
Ahmed,
men.
do you think a
All
woman
men.
would love you when you stink like urine?
From 40
No,
and
Yeah,
not
up.
because
all
it
the
just
men like
falls
that.
out as well.
I'm take care of myself and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
work
you
out
can't do
and I eat
nothing about
healthy,
that.
you know,
You
and
can't
eat
do
Doctors,
healthy.
nothing
doctors.
about
At
it.
the
It's just
60,
called aging, and it happens
at
after
the age of
55.
60, 50, I can get married. I can have
Yeah, yeah, you
kids, new
can cry,
kids.
Okay,
Ahmed.
Ahmed, you know why they
But you
created
girls,
Viagra? They created
you can't.
Viagra for the men over 55 because it doesn't work after 55.
What you at the age of 40 enough, خلاص.
Oh, you guys are doctors. Oh my God. This is
You didn't
wonderful.
know that,
Ahmed
Charles,
never
that
went to a
Viagra was
doctor.
created for men